right, here we go. Lindsey Holston with Sports Psychology Solutions made it over to the west side with Coach BG Brandoen Guyton. Am I saying your last name right, Coach?
Yep, absolutely.
Guyton, very unique, and I got this great program here, man. What a lineup. You know, I saw this a few weeks ago, and everybody I talked to talks about this great lineup that you put together. I mean, you really probably, in my view, and I've been to a lot of tournaments this year, this is probably the best lineup with the people that you got coming in. How did all this come about, Coach?
Well, so maybe about 5 years ago when I first got over here, I wanted to get in some of the events that they have here in West Michigan. So for some odd reason, my athletic director would reach out. I would try to reach out, and we would never get any.
They wouldn't sign on it?
No one would sign on it and give us the approval to play. So it was like a huge debate on Facebook. I remember a lady saying, if you're crying about not being able to play in events, then they should start their own event.
Wow, that one lone voice.
So I asked my athletic director, I said, I don't know what it takes to start an event, but, can I get your blessings to start an event? He said, if that's what you want to do, then do it. So when I put the event on, I wanted to do something for the fans. I wanted to put on the best show as possible for the fans. And looking at how the showcase went from year 1 to year 5, it has made tremendous strides.
So what would you tell your year 1 self if you could go back as you prepare for this day? What would you go back and say?
Don't let coaches dictate who they play. Because when I first did it, a lot of coaches are the only reason I come here. But I was trying to get up off the ground, so I was trying to, try to help, make everybody happy. And, I was scrounging around for teams all the way to like late September. Now it's to the point where teams have been acquiring about 2020 since the fall. So we go from having to reach out to them reaching out to us. So
that's wonderful.
Very blessed for it.
I know you are. You're in a very unique situation. Not only are you putting this great event together, but you're also coaching in it too. And a lot of people are in that position. Normally they're just a quote-unquote promoter, and they work on that. But you got the last lineup, and boy, what a lineup. You got New Haven come in, and let's not, forget, you probably got the top player in the state, one of the top players in the country, Romeo Weems, So what does it feel like also? Were you always coaching and promoting?
Always. From day one, I have always participated. This is the first year that we will actually close out the event. And a lot of people gave me a lot of pushback about saying, how do you host the event and you're not even playing last? Well, I said because the event is not about Union High School. I'm not been, I can move my ego aside to say let's do what's best for the basketball event. So when I do matchups, I try not to set teams up. If both teams are 7, I want to keep 7 versus 7. If you're 10 versus 10, I want to put a 6 versus a 10. Now you got lopsided games. You take the energy out of the gym.
You do see
it
that
gets very boring. So I try to stay away from that. And so the biggest thing about the showcase is we pride ourselves in matching teams up the right way. So this year I felt that in the past years we didn't have competitive teams, but I said I was ready to close out the event, and we played Jamal Kane a couple years ago, a very good Hazel Park team. Played Rocket Watts and Isaiah Jackson last year, and we had the upset last year, and then this year we take on Raven, who's 2 or 3 in the state with Mr. Basketball.
You're absolutely right. So speaking as a sports psychology consultant, how do you compartmentalize? Because you're everywhere, you're all over the place, and I thank you for being available. But how do you make sure that you got a great event going on, but also keep your mind in the game and keep your players' mind? Because I got guys saying, Coach to you now as we do this.
Well, the thing about it, Lindsey, it gets a little difficult because this is my first time playing last. But the thing about it is actually harder playing in between because you're trying to get mentally ready for the game, and then afterwards you're trying to get back prepared to go back to the administrative things. And so I wanted to get some good rest. I've been really focused this week with us not having school, so Thursday and Friday probably put 7 hours of work in here at Union, and then I got to take my hats off to the volunteers and everyone who's helped my athletic director, because they make my job a little more easier. My job is to make sure all this is put together on the court, the matchups, and then I set up the volunteers, and the rest is that's how it runs smooth.
Yeah, I got to give you a great compliment, because even with me reaching out to your availability with everything that's going on, your professionalism, I think it's a great reflection of who you are and how you came up. So as we wrap up, I know you got to get to some other things. What do you want to see from this year's Red Hawk Classic, and then also what do you want to see as it relates to your team playing later on?
I just want to, for the event, I want teams to come out here and compete. I want them to respect the event. I want them to play hard, respect their opponent. I want the fans to be fully engaged. In order to have a successful event, your fans are important. So we got people who really love basketball who come to this event, not just to come and sit and make it a fashion event, but people who really come to watch. And then lastly, for my kids, I told them this is about exposure. Actually, it's exposure for all 10 teams, but for my kids, playing in front of a packed gym against Mr. Basketball, it's about exposure. So my kids who want to play at the collegiate level, and it's the time for you to show it.
Right, and you're showing that. Well, you're doing a great job here. Well, best of luck, and thank you for inviting me and being a great host. And I know you're going to have a great day, man.
Good. Thank you, Lindsay. See you throughout the day.
All right, see you in a minute. All right, thank you, guys. Take care.